been through Lent rather quickly. We are already at the fourth Sunday of Lent. In our gospel today, we hear that oh so familiar story of the prodigal son. A long gospel, a gospel that we know so well and that touches into our experience. So sometimes I think we're just tempted to kind of tune it out and say, oh yeah, I know this message. But as I sat with this gospel today, thinking about it this week, to me it's about truth. I see all three of those characters, the father, the prodigal son, the second son, as they all hold facets of what it is for us to be human. We know that we're all called to live in love, to try and emulate as best we can that unconditional love that we get from our God. But that's not easy. It's not easy to continue to love when we're hurting. It's not easy to love our kids through their mistakes, to send them out on their own. It's not easy to love somebody who hurts us, who stabs us in the back, somebody who doesn't think like us. It's really hard to continue to love them and to let them go, or not to ignore them or forget them, but to let them step out and live their life and learn from their mistakes. That's not easy. The father looked out every day, is today the day? But then I'm sure there was that piece of him as when he does come home, if he does come home, how am I going to respond? Am I going to love him or am I going to want to lecture him? What am I going to do? And the son, don't we all have those moments where I'm tired, I just don't want to do this anymore, I just want to go out and have fun. And sometimes we make decisions that help us to do that, allow us to do that. And then we come to an awareness. And I think that's what the gospel's about, that awareness. God's always with us. He's always causing us to think and to notice. He's always trying to raise our awareness. And when we do, when that awareness is raised, are we willing, like the prodigal son, to say, whoa, this was all my doing. I need to accept this. I need to name it and claim it. And then I need to do what's right. And what is it that's right? How am I going to talk to my father? And that second son, who always was doing what he was supposed to do and no one ever noticed, sitting on that pity pot became pretty darn comfortable for him. And yeah, he might have been doing and going through all the motions and doing what he was supposed to do. But was he really? Was there always an edge? Was there always a judgment? Was there always, oh, woe is me? I think the gospel calls us to find balance for all three of those facets of human personality, that desire we all have to love, and that desire we all have at times to have fun and to take care of me, and the desire we have to be responsible, to do what we're called to do, to listen. But if you think about listen and obedience, which is what the second son is talking about, if we look at monastic listening, it's about listening with the heart. It's obeying what we hear on our heart. And sometimes we have to pause to figure out what's on my heart. What's underneath this reaction I'm having? Why is this pity pot sounding and feeling so comfortable to me? So the gospel today calls us to truth, to naming and claiming whatever's going on in our life and in our story at this particular time. But we name it and claim it so God can tame it, so that we can live into the person God is calling us to be. None of the characters in today's story had it easy. It isn't easy to continually love unconditionally. It isn't easy to own up to our mistakes when we've hurt someone, when we've made selfish mistakes, when we've done things without considering anyone else. And it isn't easy to recognize maybe that I'm not doing this because I love my Father, because it's the right thing to do. I'm doing it because I'm trying to earn His love. I'm trying to make myself look better than someone else. So it's truth about what we're doing and why we're doing it. What's underneath this? And what is God trying to show me in this, where I am today? And then trusting that God's going to give me whatever I need to shift, to change, to turn around. So on this kind of halfway point, little more maybe, of Lent, it's time to look at ourselves. What's going on with us? What is God trying to shed light on for me? What do I need to let go of and let God? And do I trust God that I will find my way through? Name it and claim it so God can tame it. Happy Lent.